The woke culture is really based on a crusade. It's a crusade to revise our understanding of basics. It's a crusade both to convert and to indoctrinate. It's a crusade to convert adults who already hold traditional beliefs, and then to indoctrinate kids before adults have had the chance to teach them the traditional beliefs that they would want their kids to know. So when we talk about woke, we are basically talking about a crusade to overturn the axioms that most of us have come to believe. Axioms are self-evident truths that we hold on to. We believe, for example, in judging people by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. Woke would have us believe that people should be based on the color of their skin, and certain assumptions should be made. Likewise, it is axiomatic to people my age that if we are born male, we will always be male. That's axiomatic. The woke crusade wants to convert our thinking on that. Now, what it wants to do with kids, of course, is teach them woke axioms before parents have had the opportunity to do so. This I feel passionately about. Parents must assume the role of teachers. Too often, modern parents are assuming the role of providers, very good, nurturers, wonderful, very important, but somewhere along the line, we've lost our sense of the importance of being the primary teachers in our children's lives. And as a result, in many cases, other institutions, education, social media, entertainment industry, they are teaching our kids axioms before we've had the chance to make the biblical case to our kids. You are the primary influence in your kid's life. Please don't abdicate the role of teacher. We'd love to think that our children are not going to be exposed to ideas that we weren't exposed to when we were young, but those days are gone. Somebody is going to make a case to your children about some of the basics. What constitutes being a man, what constitutes being a woman, what sex is and what it's about. For all of those reasons, you want to be sure you make the biblical case to your kids before the woke culture makes a very unbiblical case to them. That starts with reminding them that they were created by God. They have a creator who knew exactly what he was doing when he assigned us, really important word, assigned us many things about ourselves, our uniqueness. And one of those unique assignments, our sex. We were born boy or girl. You want to make sure your kids understand from early in life, this is a wonderful gift. We celebrate and love the fact that God made us male or female. We consider that a blessing. We consider it an honor. We consider it a responsibility. And one thing that we know about God, he being perfect, he does not make mistakes. You're not wanting to teach them an anti-transgender message, but a pro-creator message. That is to say, you don't need to start by railing against the counterfeit, just teach them the authentic. One of the most important concepts we can teach our kids is the courage of convictions. The fact that knowing the truth is different than defending the truth. Once you start defending it, you start feeling unpopular. And when you're starting to feel unpopular, you might start wanting to cave just for the sake of getting along. So you want to teach them it is never worth it to lie in order to sustain a relationship. The pronoun issue is a good example. If your son or daughter has a friend who is biologically male but saying, I want you to refer me as a female, you want to encourage your son or daughter to be saying clearly and respectfully, I would never ask you to do something which would violate your own conscience. Please don't ask me to do something which would violate mine. I don't want to lie to you, and I don't want to patronize you. I can have a very good relationship with you without referring to you by a particular pronoun. So please don't push that on me just as I wouldn't push something on you. Let's try to respect each other enough to have a relationship without forcing conversion or conformity on each other. I think that's a good way to start the conversation. You know, in our country, the church and the culture have traditionally been on pretty good terms with each other. Up until, the last couple of decades, we haven't been so challenged on our beliefs, on our right to hold them and express them. But we are now, aren't we? There's a lot of hostility out there to the Judeo-Christian worldview. That's why one of the most important things we can get across to our kids is there's nothing wrong with being different. From early in life, we need to recognize that God was serious when he told Israel, hey, I've called you out of Egypt. You're going to be surrounded by nations who are going to practice a lot of things and believe a lot of things that are going to be forbidden to you. You are different. And that's reiterated in the New Testament when we're called in the King James Version a peculiar people, the idea being you're separated unto me. And we're going to have to accept the fact that being separated unto him sometimes means facing a lot of pushback. Your kids are going to get pushback. Now, your kids are going to be passionate about things they should be passionate about. Social justice, fair treatment, respect for diversity, good for them. But you want to make sure they understand they must never allow their desire to be part of a noble cause to keep them from examining whether or not the claims of the cause are really accurate or noble. Teach them not to get swept away with passion. Teach them to keep their passion, but to always let the passion be guided by their intellect. That's always a good place to start.